Today you will cut and weed your design. Weeding is the process of removing all portions of the CAD cut material that are not part of the actual athletic tail design. In your mission storage area, you should find the different colored CAD cut materials. Choose a color that fits with the theme of your project and will look good on the shirt you will place it on. For example, a white CAD cut design won't show up on a white shirt. My shirt is white, so I'm selecting red for the athletic tail design. Select the CAD cut material now.
The first step in cutting our design is we need to open up Corel Draw. So double click Corel Draw. Next we need to open up our design, and there's two ways to open up our design. It might be right here, and you can see mine. It's right there under Open Recent. And if yours is there, you can just double click and it'll open. If not, come down here and open Other. If you choose this option right here, you need to go to click this arrow, Computer, Local Disk, Home, and I put mine in Mod 5, so choose your mod, double click, and find your folder, and double click on your folder. Your design will open, and the next step is we need to execute Cut Studio, and there is a button at the top of our screen to do that step. It looks like a small X with a PR behind it, and that represents Execute Cut Studio. So go ahead and click that. This screen will come up and you'll see your design in the background. We have a few steps to do. One of the first things we want to do is up here is we want to click this Fit to Screen button, so go ahead and click that. The next step is we need to mirror our project. In order to mirror it, we need to come up here to Object, down to Mirror, and hit Select. And you'll notice your design is now upside down. This is necessary for the Roll-In CAD Cut. First step in using the Roll-In CAD Cut machine is we need to load our material. You need to recognize three items first. We have one pinch roller on the left and a second one on the right. We need to place our material just inside those to maximize our material. On the back corner you have a loading lever. This will lock the material in place. So we want the loading lever down. The loading lever moves easily, so don't force the lever. Then you need to grab your material, and it's important we need to put it in straight. We have these guidelines here to make sure we get our material in very straight. We're going to put our CAD cut material so it's just on the edge of both pinch rollers. We want to see this. We have a straight edge right inside there. We want to be able to see that. This would be too far back. This would be too far forward. Just right there, straight across. You can line up with these guidelines to make sure it's straight. These pinch rollers, this line across, and gently lift the loading lever. So go ahead and pause your video and load your material. Next step is we need to turn on the Roll-In CAD Cut machine, and we do this by turning this on right here. You will see the cutter carriage moving across and initializing. So go ahead and turn on your CAD Cut machine. Once you've turned on your Roll-In CAD Cutter, let's take a look at the menu. There are a number of buttons, and at the top menu we want this to say Roll. It needs to select sheet, roll. Even though we are using a piece, we want it to say a roll, and if it does that, you should have no problem. You can move forward. If it says piece, you must turn on your call light and ask the instructor to help you. Leave the pen force alone and simply press enter, and the CAD cut machine will initialize as it takes the carriager down to the other end. At this point, you need to turn on your call light and wait for the instructor to approve that you have correctly set up the CAD cut machine. So please turn on your call light and wait. Once you have had your design approved and your roll-in machine is approved, we can then perform the cutting operation. Come up here to cutting, select that, and we need to make sure this says the roll-in GX24, so don't change that, and come down here. This needs to be one copy, and we will select OK. So go ahead and click OK. Watch your machine cut out the material. It'll take just a moment, but go ahead and watch it. Make sure if there's any problems, press the pause button. Once it's done, move on to the next step. Once the CAD cut machine is done, it will stop, and you need to unload your material by pressing the loading lever down and sliding material out. Once finished, you need to turn off the machine. Even if there's another person ready to cut, you need to turn off the CAD cut machine. If a second student needs to cut, go ahead and close the Cut Studio, open up Corel Draw, and File Open, and locate your partner's folder and open it and restart the instructions.